the growth of the goddess. So arrogant! Who ignored the message warning him.
The impious Erysichthon did not respect the trees. He did not pity the nymphs, and the ugly Demeter left him forever fasting.
And he, no matter how much he went against his hunger, left ecclesiastical by eating his own flesh. Wake up, Erysichthons, and break the curse. In the remaining time, let's take care with love the planet.
In our modern years, there are many Erysichthons. God may not be angry with us, but nature is. Rain damage, snow damage, the beauty of our land is lost, because we did not take care of her.
Στα σύγχρονα τα χρόνια μας πολλοί οι Erysichthones.
In our modern years, there are many Erysichtons. How do they look like?
Is Erysichthon a young woman who likes shopping? 1, 2 or 3 new pieces of fast fashion on a sunny Saturday morning. Ignoring the way the cotton was produced, taking water from a lake that in former times was glittering blue in the bright daylight.
From a river that now is poisoned and shimmering in the colors of the new fashion season. Made by a young worker or even a child under unbearable conditions. Erysichthon knows, but well, it's just one piece of fashion, or 2 or 3. Or is Erysichthon an old man with many businesses which each have locations? Because of these, a lot of green areas have been covered by concrete. Moreover, isn't he really aware of his action, or doesn't care of his impact on nature?
Our Erysichthon, or Eric how he is called, is a middle-aged man with an expensive lifestyle. Political and social issues are not of interest to him, as he is living in his own bubble. Eric is on his way to a luxury furniture store to buy himself a new teakwood bar. He is sitting in his Porsche and wears his golden watch and sunglasses. While driving, he's on the phone with a friend.
Hi, I'm currently on the way to get myself a new teakwood bar. You know, money must be spent. As soon as the bar's installed, you'll come over to admire the masterpiece. You're welcome to come to the inauguration, but only if you bring a bottle of Dom Perignon. Goodbye, see you then.
Eric arrives at the furniture store where a large group of climate activists is gathered near the entrance area. They're demonstrating against the deforestation of the rainforest. The activists stand hand in hand in front of the door, blocking the entrance.
Rainforest murderer! Climate killer!
Shame on you!
Clear the way, environmental fanatics.
Don't you know that this store sells precious tropical wood? Day by day, the rainforest is being cleared. Not only is the habitat of the indigenous people destroyed, but the climate change is also being exacerbated. We will put an end to that.
I don't care. I will not let anyone dictate me. I will go now and buy myself a new teakwood bar. Climate change doesn't exist for me.
With the purchase of new supply, you'll have a teakwood tree in the rainforest on your conscience, as if you had cut it down yourself.
As if I care about some stupid rainforest tree. It fits into my mansion much better anyways. So clear the way already. I want to spend my money.
After a while, Eric leaves the store and waves the receipt at the activists.
Look what I just bought. My piece of rainforest.
Shame on you! Now you've killed a tree. That way you've destroyed countless living space of humans and animals. How can you live with that?
Eric comes home angrily after this incident with some climate activists. His daughter Mestra, Marie in our times, is watching him when he comes in. She's a girl of 16 and very concerned about climate affairs. She even runs a social media account on environmental affairs.
What was that all about? I hate those stupid climate activists. What were they thinking? So ignorant and mindless. This generation, their climate bullshit is getting out of hand. Hey, you seem quite furious. What happened? Some empty-handed climate activists blocked the entrance to the furniture store. And if that wasn't enough, one of these idiots dared to criticize me and my lifestyle. Oh no, that sounds bad. But you know, they are kind of right. They stand up for something really important that affects everybody. Climate change has to be stopped before it's too late. I don't understand your problem, and I don't wanna understand your problem. My problem is that the rainforest is being killed, and that... What does it have to do with me? Let me finish. Most of your lifestyle is bad for the environment, and you're not even aware of it. Because of your lifestyle, the rainforest is being cut down, indigenous people are losing their living space, and our earth is losing her green lung. I don't think that my lifestyle is the cause of climate change. So please stick to annoying the people on your little social media account, and I can do whatever I want, so you can do whatever. So you can do whatever you want, so I can do whatever I want either.
I really don't get how you can be so ignorant and indifferent about all of this. Hey guys, I just had a quite upsetting conversation, and therefore I want you to remember to spread awareness about what's happening to the rainforest day after day. The environment and the indigenous people are suffering immensely from the destruction of the rainforest, and we are part of the reason for that. Not only does this affect our climate, but later generations as well. So be aware of what you're consuming. And don't forget to read the link in the description. It is about huge companies that support destruction. Don't lose hope, and don't let other people bring you down. Bye. Marie's social media account is very successful, and many people take her as a role model when it comes to more climate-friendly consumerism and a sustainable way of living. But some of the people are very annoyed at her commitment to sustainability. Let's have a look into the lobby of an exclusive and luxurious hotel. What a country. Great for skiing.
What a great country. Great for scuba diving. What? Outside of 40 degrees.
Snow Dome, Dubai. I landed here in my private jet this morning and bam, skiing.
Same with me. Stepped out of my private jet here in Dubai and bam, scuba diving. What a great country.
Maybe not for the environment, but...
For us.
Stop. What is this? I'm the genius of antiquity. I protect the spirit of antiquity. But what has this to do with the myth of Erysichthon? And who are those guys?
These guys are very rich, very important men, global players, heads of multinational companies. They meet in Dubai for a conference. They want to find a strategy to make people believe that they are very friendly to the environment, very green.
Sorry, but we are in a modern interpretation of the myth of Erysichthon. There are no heads of companies in Greek mythology, no global players.
They are the suitors of Erysichthon's daughter Mestra.
What? But the myth is about the holy tree of Demeter.
Which in our interpretation is the rainforest.
And Erysichthon, whom you call Eric?
Eric destroys the tree, the rainforest, by his hunger for products like tropic wood, meat from mass livestock farming, and by buying from companies that have no interest in protection of the environment, only in their own profit.
And those guys are the heads of those companies?
Yes.
But do they have to do with the suitors of Mestra, whom your story is the name of Marie?
Marie, or Mestra, is the young generation. The companies want to have power over the young generation. They want to persuade Mestra, Marie, to buy a lot of stuff, unnecessary stuff, to make her a passionate consumer like the generation of her father.
But Erysichthon sells his daughter Mestra to their suitors. Does Eric sell Marie to these guys too?
You will see. Can we go on? want to know his whole story, please?
Fine, go on.
Dear colleagues, dear partners, we all know that the young generation is a bit special. They are worried, they are angry, they only want to buy things when they are environmental friendly, fair trade and green. If we want them to buy our products, we too have to be environmentally friendly and green. For this, we meet here in Dubai. Don't worry, dear partners, we must show them that we are green. We don't have to be green. And for this,
Oh no!
what is it?
This little brat, she did it again.
This little influencer with her account Master 2.0?
Yeah, look, here she writes about our conference and she say that we are doing greenwashing. A lot of followers comment on this. What should we do?
We will buy her. Money can do everything.
The heads of the companies send a letter to Marie. They offer a lot of money if only Marie would stop to persuade her followers and to boycott their products and companies.
Unfortunately, this letter doesn't reach Marie, but her father Eric.
Of course I want the best for my daughter. She's not 18 yet and I'm her father and her guardian. I will sign my signature under the letter. But I won't tell anything to Marie. She will become angry. I will save the money for her until she becomes rational again.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, my little one.
Has anything happened?
No, why?
Your voice sounds somehow strange.
No, I just want you to be happy.
Okay. Thank you, Dad.
Hello and welcome back. We are currently at the courtyard in Berlin, where it's the last day of this technical case of the and 16-year-old girl. But what exactly happened? For those of you who have followed the case on social media already know, but for those who didn't, Marie was offered a lot of money by a company to work with them, but not against them. She was accused of taking the money but not kept the contract. Many social media outlets are following the case right now because it has similarities to David against Goliath. And Marie is in a really good position. There she comes.
For once, leave me alone. I can speak for myself.
But I want to help you, to protect you.
It was you who brought me into this situation. Remember, you signed the contract in my name. You took money from those climate killers in my name. Without asking me, without even telling me.
I wanted to save some money for you, to make you happy.
Yep, you made me very happy. Who wouldn't wish to be charged in such a big process? But I will show them.
Marie, in just a few minutes, you'll know the decision of the judge. Are you frightened or optimistic?
I am both frightened and optimistic. I am frightened because time is short. Far from that. Because people don't stop cutting down the rainforest. Because people don't stop buying unnecessary stuff without looking at how it was produced. But I don't fear the decision of the judges because I won't stop telling the truth about what happens. Things are produced under unbearable conditions, even childbirth. People know this, but they don't care. But I care. The young generation cares. And that makes me optimistic. We will speak up for our planet. And this is why I will keep telling about the tricks and rivalries of big global players. Nobody will send me to them. I am not corrupt. Everybody can decide and must decide what his or her priorities are. Let's make our world a wonderful world.
Thank you and good luck. As you said, everybody can and must decide what his or her priorities are.
And this is true for Erysichthon as well. Eric, the man of our modern times, can still decide if he wants to consume under all circumstances and on all costs. If he wants to stop, on the last one will eat his own flesh. Let's hope that he will be wise and not end as the Erysichthon of ancient mythology. And now back to the studio. They have breaking news.
was missing and everyone was scared for the worst. Today, everyone's worst scenario became truth. As we know, the goddess of agriculture Demeter was so enraged with him that she condemned him to insatiable hunger. The unfortunate Erysichthon, after he had devoured everything around him and having nothing else to satisfy himself with, he ate his own flesh. Our police reporter Lida is in charge of reporting. She has collected some very interesting information about Erysichthon's past and can shed some light on the case. Lida, we're listening. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start with the statement of Photomus, one of his closest servants. Next, Daphne, representing the tribesmiths, will take the floor. Poseidon will also talk about his grandson, and goddess Demeter will present her own of what really happened today. She caused the unfortunate suicide victim. Finally, we are going to listen daughter's testimony and Menicus' opinions on his friend. We are starting off with Autumn.
I was his servant. Some time ago, he ordered me and 19 others to accompany him to the grove that the Pelasians had dedicated to the goddess Demeter. He asked us to cut down the trees because he said it was the ideal place to build his new palace. We didn't want to listen to him, but we couldn't help it. We were spared, but he was punished. He was punished for his greed.
That note wants to speak about what happened.
As an elected representative of the others, I have denounced the unacceptable behavior of Erysichthon towards us. His purpose was to clear the sacred wound of goddess Demeter, but then we will lose our houses, so we had to protect them. We tried to protect him at the same time, but he didn't listen to us. He was not discouraged, even when we told him that goddess Demeter would be angry and punish him. Without a doubt, his behavior towards the goddess was good. As much as we regret his death, we believe that his tragic end would be a good example for all mortals to avoid. No one should behave like this towards the gods and harm the things they protect. The Triades and I would wish to not make any further statement on the statement. Next up, Poseidon, the grandfather of Erysichthon.
Erysichthon, my son, his father, a lot of problems with him since he was a child. He kept asking for things and was never satisfied. Lately, we hadn't been on very good terms, because as my servants complained that he would break into the palace treasury and devour everything. His end may have been tragic, but it was caused by his own actions.
The most important statement of today's important, ladies and gentlemen, close to us is goddess.
I don't want to talk about this particular event. This gentleman dared to insult me by breaking into my property. He wanted to harm my trees and leave the Triads homeless. He committed hubris, so he got what he deserved. I may sound harsh, but everyone must understand that arrogance and disobedience to the gods are severely punished. And I don't feel guilty either. I gave him many opportunities to realize his mistakes. First, the Triads begged him. Then I tried to wake him up in the form of my good wishes and keeping, until I threatened him that he would suffer great harm if he did not abandon his hideous plans. He only had to repent and ask me for forgiveness. Then I would release him from the curse. But he continued to be arrogant and greedy, so that's why he was punished.
We're speaking now with Mr. the unfortunate daughter of Erysichthon.
I loved my father, even though I had a bad time with him lately. His hunger was so great that he went so far as to use his own child. That is me. He took advantage of the gift that Poseidon gave me to change forms and sold me over and over again so that he could obtain edibles. Yet, I loved him. I still can't realize that he's no longer with us. If only Demeter would not go so far as to punish him so harshly for his act. Yet he was arrogant, disrespectful, and defiant towards her. What about the Triads? He didn't think about them at all?
Last statement is from Erysichthon, close friend of mine.
I had all the information I made about
Particularly controversial seems to be the statement of Menipus. Demeter, on the other hand, seems to be anything but regretful. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be in constant communication with our source, and we will keep you updated. Please stay tuned.
Τυφλός τα τάτα το τελούν τα τόματι.
There's been so many wars and hate throughout time. Been so many feuds and prejudiced minds. Been so much oppression and been so much pain. Decades of imbecility, it's a shame. But now we are new, now we are free. The rightful kids of ancient history. Peace to the nations, we are all friends. One day we're gonna be one and it never ever ends. Over 75 years we've been standing as one. The most exciting thing that we had just begun. From Schiller to Beethoven, take it from me. We are one Europe, one family.
Georgia wonder, spark divine. Sweet baby daughter out of paradise. Stop a fire, now we're gonna answer. Heavenly one, your home is right. You're a champion, your name's one fresh to divide. Everybody's getting punished when you're rich, straight by. Turn over for your love and you're the destiny. So let us all unite eternally.
Et notre travail tend vers une époque de paix, de prospérité, de plénitude.
Es bedeutet viel, die Form eines echten Zusammenschlusses zu finden. Demonstrated in the Constitution of this ancient continent of Europe.